Hey guys. So while I'm in the midst of doing some research, I wanted to show you the spreadsheet that I use to gather all sorts of bits of information as I encounter them. You definitely don't need anything this elaborate, but I would have something similar to what Erin has set up for you, so that you can keep everything organized. And so when you encounter ideas or find something and want to return to it later, it's organized and you can do that. And feel free to copy mine if you guys just want something similar. So I haven't gone through and filled this in yet like Erin has, so I will do that soon. And my responses are going to go here. And then what I've added over here to the right and going way, way over is a copy of what I normally use when I'm researching. And I've added a few things that just popped in my head while I was transferring this over. In general, what I'm going to do when I conduct some more specific research and fill in this stuff here, my keywords, my like top 10, top 20 are going to go here. And then the top hashtags are going to go here. And what I like to do is literally just search, four-wheeling glossary, dirt bike glossary, truck glossary, and kind of comb through there to see if there are terms that are niche specific that I could possibly use in a way that's funny or that makes sense. And then, also to learn a little bit more. I don't know everything there is to know about this niche. These are kind of the sub niches that I'm in. Honestly, I easily could just do a brand that just focuses on one of these alone. But as a family, we're into all of these things. And so I guess you could say we're kind of doing some product testing right now. And especially with print on demand, it's so easy to create products in each of these sub niches for myself, and then we'll see what sells. And honestly, it's a better idea to really niche down and focus on just one of these areas and really create a great community and a great strong following, as long as as long as these sub niches aren't too small. And that's something we'll talk about soon too. And then when I find phrase ideas, I just kind of throw them down here along with the variations. Brands, and we're going to get into this for next week's assignment, but in case you want to kind of just get yourself organized right now, I like to list brands, which you're going to see again, actually, to the right here. I'll have to move them. Brands that are the big boys in these sub niches, Facebook groups and Facebook pages, celebrities, related hobbies and niches. So things that maybe I'm not going to include, like RC airplanes, RC drones. I could do a whole website and a brand just on those things. Instagram accounts that are leaders in the industry, any YouTube influencers that stand out, clubs, organizations, events, demographics, as I start to take a look at some cheap ads that I'm running, start to really pinpoint who and what, who is clicking on and interacting with the ads and products, and who potentially my customers are. Like, what do they look like as far as their buying habits and even age and things like that. If I find anything cool that really stands out in a pod, I will note that here. These are some keywords that I've had for a while. I need to go through them because there are possibly some duplicates in here, but I like to create banks for each of the sub niches. So if I create an ad for more for the ATV riders or more for the snowmobile riders, I can switch up, the keywords that I'm using in that post. And I think that's it. On the tail end here, I've got some brands and publications. That's kind of like out of the, it's not in order there. So I'll have to move that. But anyway, you don't need anything so absolutely elaborate. But I do have to admit, since I forced myself to make this, it becomes a lot easier when you do have to create content. Which reminds me, there we go. Let's do blog post ideas, because when we were in that first video, what were some of the things? I probably already, I think I moved them down here. There we go. ATV quotes and pictures. I wrote something else down though, didn't I? Oh, yeah, that's what it was. ATV riding tips and ATV riding vacation. I'm going to move those over. Actually, let's call this content ideas. ATV. And then, sometimes when I'm working like this, I might say, okay, so then I could also call it four-wheeling riding tips. Snowmobile. And I'm going to look at these all further, and I'm going to see which ones are even going to be specific enough to get the traffic I want, and popular enough to even be clicked on very often. So, for instance, I'm probably not going to rank for classic cars, right? Well, first of all, that's not even really in my niche. But besides that, if someone is searching for classic cars, they're most likely looking for a car. And that's a very, very, very big niche. And so it's more likely, though, that I could rank for something like classic cars shirt, right? And so those are the types of things I'm focusing on as I move forward when I start to really look at the numbers on some of these keywords and these long tail phrases that I am finding. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You should be able to just pop onto the Google spreadsheet here and copy and paste my titles if you guys want to use them.